Hello, Kara. How are you? Hello, Fernanda. Hi, Mish. How are my favorite people? Hey, Shores. I love my TikTok fam. I missed you guys yesterday. Nice. I'm well, Kara. Hi, Terry Lynn. Hi, Dora. Hey, I'm great, thank you. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, it was so lovely seeing you yesterday. What's the occasion? Fernanda, it's class. Class is in session tonight. Hi, Flounder. Class is in session. Hi, Teresa. Hello, Mama. Yes. Oh, Mish, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you lots of love. Oh my gosh, Cindy, yesterday was so much fun. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Carrie. How are you doing today? Sending you lots of love, Mish. I'm sorry that you're having to go through that. Hi, Brenda. It was amazing, Carrie. Everybody's so wonderful. Really, like, what an experience we always have together. Kara, thank you for looking. I know. Can you believe it? I had the wrong date. I thought it was the 6th or the 7th. But you know what? March 5th. Can you believe it? 1 year, my TikTok anniversary. It's time. Beyond Yoga. Hi, Rosie. I know. It's Monday. I can't believe it. Hi, Marita. Hi, Rose. Whew, how was everybody's day today? I know, Kara. I love it. I'm glad that you did. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. I'm well, Rosie. I know. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Hello, Maria. Hello, Dusseldorf. I have family in Dusseldorf. Lovely. My roots are German. Hi, Bella. Weird vibes, Terry Lynn? Lots of thinking today? I love Dr. Joe Marita. I'm so glad. Hello, Andrew. How are you? Hi, Alexis. Hi, Steve. Things are going well, Cindy. It's been a crazy day. It's been a really, really, really busy day. I know, Carrie. Isn't Miro amazing? Miro and I, when we get together, we just have the best time. Hi, Jackie. I'm well. Thank you. How are you? Hi, Christine. I'm well. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Jimmy again over here. Jimmy's like the latest like TikTok kitty over here. Thank you, Bella. I do like this top. It's I know it looks a little different when it's like when you don't see the bottom part, it's striped. Hi, Sarah. I know, Jimmy. Jimmy's like the latest kitty on the camera here. It was always my other two. Hi, Chrissy. Thank you so much for your message. Chrissy, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Hi, Redstone. Hello, my soul sister Mel. How are you? Mel and Mel. Jimmy's channeling. I know, Mish. I'm so sorry. I wish there was a way I could take away that pain. I know it's not a nice feeling when you lose your fur baby. Hi, Candy. I'm excited for this live too. Jimmy wants TikTok love too. He's ready to be open. You know, he's ready to make some power moves. Jimmy's a little emperor over here. Yes, no, Chrissy, it's just been such a busy day. I've been just crazy running around today. Thank you. Oh, you're stunning too, my friend. It's your birthday today, Mel. Happy birthday. Hello. He's done being shy, Kara. That's it. Hi, Sash. We do, Candy. Well, tonight we're doing class, and we'll see where time takes us and see what happens with the night. That's what, I'm never upset with you, Christy. I would never be upset with you. I understand. You know what my view is? This is what I say about friendships. True friends always understand. Always. I'm always of that mentality that you could cancel on me 5 minutes before we meet or we do something, and I'll understand. Because friends always just pick up exactly where they were before. Aw, thank you, Owen. I really appreciate it. I know. It's okay, Chrissy. No worries. No worries. Mel, what's your birthday? What's your birthday plan? I mean, I'm glad that you're here with us. I'm well, Owen. How are you? Hey, girl. Hey. Lena, we missed you yesterday. I hope that the link resonated with you. Oh, that's very kind, Daryl. Thank you. The universe is being unfair. Oh, why, my friend? I agree. Hello, Diana. How are you? No plans. Well, Mel, you are in the right place because you're with your friends. Thank you, Lena. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Roxy. It's cold in London. Oh, we had freezing rain today here. Oh, much love to you too, Chrissy. Thank you, Alexis. Hi, Perfectly. So we got to talk about how to attract what we need. Manifestation, right? If you're hearing purring right now, it's Gretchen. There's some kitty ASMR over here. She's trying to get in on the action here. Hi, Texas. How are you? You know, I'm really motivated tonight to get into some deep talks. Hi, Lucia. Hi, Anne. How are you? Hi, Yogi. We need to work on self-love. So, okay, let's talk about the topic of tonight. Let's talk about tonight's class. So class is in session. I feel like I want to be like a judge with a gavel. You know, I want to be like, shh. But let's ring the bell. School's in for a second. Class is on. So let's see. Let's talk about this. Tonight's episode, the Hierophant. So let me ask you a question. What does tradition mean to you? What is tradition? What does tradition mean to you? So the Hierophant, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lucia. Sending lots of love to your dad. The Hierophant is about spiritual ascension, commitment. Hi, Denise. Can be marriage, and it also can be tradition. So we think of family gatherings, Candy. I love it. Yeah, as in like, do you have a family tradition? Memories, family. Hi, Sarah. Core memories of tradition. Yeah. Hi, Melinda. Something that's always done, right? Yeah, and what does tradition mean to you? Gathering a family, it means respect. Bella, that's really interesting. You know, Bella, I like that you said that. Meals together, a repeated ritual, family superstitions, for sure, Vanadoodle, it could be. To see each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Being a school teacher, times have obviously changed, right? It used to be that a teacher would walk in the room and demand respect. And nowadays, in my opinion, teaching is about giving respect. And it's not just about the classroom. I would say this in everyday life, that is the important thing. Traditionally, we used to always say respect your elders. And I do believe in respecting our elders. Absolutely. Our elders have experience, they have knowledge, they have wisdom, they are of value. But to some extent, we have to recognize that things do change and they do shift. I know that when I walk into a classroom, I make sure that I welcome everybody. I get to know them. I want to know their names. I want to know their stories. It's the same way that I feel about you guys, right? You became a teacher because you didn't feel respected. So in other words, it gives you a feeling of respect. But being a teacher means that if you want people to learn from you, you have to in turn learn from them. And my mother was a teacher for 46 years. And I have to say that she taught me to always be fair and respectful, to listen, to engage, to build a rapport. And that to me is very important. So yes, I believe in rules and I do believe in tradition. However, I also believe that things can be innovated, right? There's a difference between invention and innovation. Invention means we start something from scratch. Innovation means we make it better as we go. So we can still be traditional, yet be innovative. So you didn't feel respected as a student, but always want my kiddos to feel seen. Absolutely, Mama. I totally understand that. Denise, I like that. You said boundaries. I think boundaries is something that we all struggle with because we assume that because our parents and our grandparents are older than we are, that we have to automatically respect them. Hi, Veronica. So, Bella, you were raised to say your mom is right. Okay. So I don't know about you, but I've had to make boundaries with my own mother. And even though, of course, I love my mother to pieces, sometimes I have to tell her no, just like she used to have to tell me no when I was a child. You're right, Andrew. So learning from each other. So this is a really tough part, tradition. Where do we draw the line between tradition and innovation and change? Because we can be a little bit of old school mixed with a little bit of new school. And Denise, you're right. Just because it's family doesn't mean they deserve respect when it's not given to you. 100%. Hi, Monster Mama. You get no respect, go to a store, people don't even hold the door. I understand. But Candy, I'm going to throw something out there to you guys. And that is that we have to exude that energy. Nobody has to stand up and say, you automatically must respect me. I demand that you respect me. Thank you, Melissa. We have to exude that energy. Sometimes we don't need to engage in any kind of conflict. No means no. It's a complete sentence. Putting yourself in a family is hard, but you have to. I get it, Denise. Boundaries are not made overnight. And I think in every one of our Who Shuffles Your Cards classes, we find a common denominator, the human condition. Hi, Lottie. The human condition. And that is the thing that makes us universally human. No matter your race, your gender, your class, the one thing we can all agree upon is that humans go through the same process. We go through the maturation process, the grieving process. We make mistakes. These are all things that make us inherently human. And our need for love and security, absolutely. So, tradition, I love to respect tradition. At the same time, though, we've got to find the fine line between tradition and innovation. Hi, Pam. Lovely to see you. So the Hierophant can mean many things. It's the high priest, which is basically the male counterpart to the high priestess. In our previous episode, we talked about the high priestess as being the queen of the ethereal realm. She's the keeper of secrets, right? She's somebody who has that intuition, right? We all have intuition, but she's the one who recognizes signs and synchronicities. Hi, Guard Mom. So the high priest or the Hierophant is someone who is the male counterpart. So you almost look at him as being a priest, but it doesn't have to be just in relation to, let's say, Catholicism. Hi, Freddie. It can be sort of a spiritual figure in any religious aspect, if we're looking at it from a religious context. Okay? So the Hierophant is also about spiritual ascension. So we all know that when we have what we call an awakening, or what I like to call a reawakening, and maybe I should clarify that for you. There are many people out there who say, well, I've had an awakening. I awakened. I beg to differ on that a little bit. My personal view is that we all experience reawakenings. So I want you to think back to your childhood. How many of you saw things, heard things, felt things, and you knew that they were different? Looking back, you knew that you saw things and felt things and heard things that maybe were different than what you experienced as you got older. Maybe you had specific dreams. Maybe you had deja vus. I don't know if I've talked about this recently with you online, but I had a reoccurring dream. Do I believe in what will be will be? I absolutely do. I do. Oh, that's nice, Candy. Thank you. So I had a reoccurring dream from most of my childhood, I would say, from about the age of 5 or 6 all the way until I was about age 20. And that dream came true word for word, like exactly. The same person, the same context, the same scenario. And then, funny, that dream still continues to this day, just in different facets or different aspects. Now, I've learned that in retrospect, it was not really about that person. It was about the archetype of that person and what that person meant to me in my life years later. So that was really, really interesting for me to experience. But let me put it to you this way. If you're telling me that you've encountered dreams, thank you, Anne, dreams, deja vus, intuitive insights, you heard things, you felt things. Let me ask you, at what age did life get in the way? At what age did you get stifled in the process? Now, I want you to keep the words in your mind, the process, because I'm going to come back to it. Where did life get stifled? Okay, so Andrew, you said 16. Now you guys can share if you'd like to. You don't have to. Do I believe in fate? What will be, will be. I do, Allie. Once you were traumatized. Okay, so age 20, age 16. You feel things every day, but you question it. Very young, 2 to 3, Maria. That's interesting. About every 7 years. Okay, so 17, 12, you feel a block. I understand. When life gets stifled, we somehow lose, hi Oki, we somehow lose that innocence. Now, I want to remind you of something. Do you remember earlier in our Who Shuffles Your Cards episodes, we talked about that with children between, let's say, 5, 6, and 7, they're the most innocent in the sense that, they see things, they hear things, they might have imaginary friends, they have these experiences because their brain waves are in what you call theta waves, which is their most creative state. And as we get older, for some reason, we lose that. And we lose that because we become programmed. We become, now please don't go home and quote this to your parents. I say this to my students all the time. If you've ever heard me talk about this, one thing that got me in trouble with my parents or my mother specifically when I was a teenager or a late teenager is I told her that I'm only a product of the environment that raised me. And that didn't go over so well. But the truth of the matter is we are a product of the environment that raises us. So life gets in the way at a certain age. And I believe we become stifled. And this is where we start tuning out instead of tuning in. So life gets in the way. I know what happened to me when I was a teenager. I started to self-sabotage myself a little bit. I started to lose my way. I guess as a teenager, you get a little bit defiant. You get a little bit mouthy. You think you know it all. You want to get out into the world. And, I still was connected in so many ways, but at the same time, I wasn't. And when I met my ex-husband, he was something that I needed at the time. And it took me on this really interesting journey. Hi, Mark. Hi, Chris. And even though I was still intuitive and I could still read people very easily, read my students, read situations. Hi, Melanie. Life got in the way. And then what happened? I had my tower moment. And you guys know what that means. You're not paying attention to the signs. Things are shifting. You're getting strong messages. Excuse me. And then all of a sudden your world comes crashing down. Excuse me while I grab some water. Your world comes crashing down. And then when you hit that low, you have what I would call a reawakening. Hi, Jill. Oh, thanks, Chris. You have that reawakening. So how many of you would describe yourself as having had a reawakening? Where all of a sudden it all came back to you. Now I'm channeling my Celine Dion here. It's all coming back to me now. Wow. Do all awakenings happen? No, they don't, Fernanda. They have them at many different stages. So you can have multiple tower moments. Okay, there's nothing to say that you only have one tower moment in your life. You have many tower moments, major tower moments. Okay, so Denise, you had one this weekend, and I'm sorry to hear that. And Denise, maybe, like I said, we need to talk. We need to explore that. But I do believe that we have multiple, tower moments and many, lessons that we learn. But here's something I want you to consider. And that is that when we have these reawakenings, our lives shift. We become different, and not in a bad way. These changes that can happen, sadly, I don't wish this on anybody, but they could be near-death experiences, accidents, divorces, breakups, loss of a job, where someone just completely hits the ground. I always describe it as saying, I couldn't have been any lower on the floor. I couldn't have been any lower on the floor. Like if I could sink into the floor, I would have sunk into the floor, through the floor. Okay. I describe it as being kicked while I was down. Not that I was literally kicked while I was down, but I was like kicked while I was down. It was like twofold of how I hit my tower moment. Okay. So it could be the death of someone else, Marita. Exactly. So it's some sort of loss, some sort of change. And beyond yoga, you're saying, I'm a different person and you're thankful for that. Absolutely. And so am I. I have no regrets in the fact that this is where I'm at right now and this is where I'm supposed to be. You know? So this is the thing. We start to have these reawakenings and we have to embrace that reawakening. So we get that spiritual ascension. But what comes with spiritual ascension? Now I'm going to come all the way full circle. There's 111, just as I'm about to say this on our viewers here. What's the line that describes the Hierophant, since we're talking about tradition? I don't know if anybody can guess. It's a Kelly line. It's not that I made it up, but it's a Kelly line that I use every single day. It's the theme of my bracelet. Hint, hint. Oh, thank you, Ali. I really appreciate it. Oh, Christine, thank you. Exactly, Marita. So I'm going to tell you something really funny. In preparation for this course, I was looking over some notes and I was studying the Hierophant, and I was reminded that the Hierophant is all about what? Tradition, spiritual ascension, commitment, marriage, and trusting the process. It's the Hierophant who tells you that you need to respect tradition and allow things to happen the way that it's supposed to. Now, for me, this was an aha moment. Why? Because if you remember my vulnerable story, that always sort of makes me, whenever I share it, I kind of get a little antsy. Because you know, when I talk about trusting the process, the story is, you've heard it a million times. So my person was walking out the front door. I turned over his shoulder and he said, trust the process, Kelly. Trust the process, Kelly. And I, in the moment, didn't ask. I didn't know to ask. I didn't know that that line would be so important to me. Okay? Well, what zodiac sign is my person or was my person? Taurus. What zodiac sign represents the Hierophant? Taurus. So for those of you that don't know, every major arcana in the tarot deck has an astrological significance. How did this person know to tell me to trust the process? How did he know? Now, I know he's spiritually connected. I just don't know if he knows how spiritually connected he is. But he told me to trust the process. And that has been the best line I have ever learned in my entire life. And I was reflecting on this yesterday in preparation for this class. And I was thinking, what are the most major lessons I've learned? Who has taught me the most lessons? Well, trust the process, right up there. The second one is contingency. My life is not contingent on someone searching their soul. My life is contingent on me searching mine. And then I started thinking about the other Kellyisms that are down the list. And yeah, Lottie, Mr. TTP. I was going to say, yeah, you know me. I certainly do. But here's the thing. That lesson is the most important lesson that all of us can learn. Why do you think it's so difficult to trust the process? From your experience. I'll tell you mine. You already know why for me it has. But I'd like you to tell me, why do you think it's so difficult to trust the process? What makes it difficult? Or another question maybe that's better is, what does it mean to trust the process? Maybe start with that. What is trusting the process in your definition? Hi, Mike. Giving up control, Maria. Yeah. Not being patient. the unknown, not knowing, letting go of control, letting go, giving up control, having no control, letting go, God's timing, yeah, believing in myself because I want what I want and it's hard, I know. Fear of losing your person, giving up control. Do you see how, exactly, Veronica, going with the flow, it's uncomfortable. It's patience. Let go. Let the universe, let God, let the universe take the wheel. Having faith that God has the best plan for us. Absolutely. Fear of making a bad choice. Trusting again. Jackie, I'm glad that this resonates with you. It's all divine timing. Now, I want to remind you, I don't know why I'm reflecting back on this scenario, and it has nothing to do with me lusting after anybody or, this desire to reconnect, because it's not about that. Our society wants everything now. Exactly, Maria. This is like an instant gratification that we live in. But I want you to think about something for a second. Trusting the process is the most important lesson any of us can learn. It's humbling. It's very, very humbling. Because it is what brings us, ultimately, what is meant for us. Isn't it so backwards to think that trusting the process and letting go is actually what's going to bring us exactly what's meant for us? So your question is, do you stay and trust it will move in the right direction you want? Absolutely, Jackie. It's going to not maybe in the best direction that you want, but it's going to move in the best direction for you. The longer you fight, the longer it's going to take to get what you want. Maria, you just said sometimes it protects us. God's rejection, or not God's rejection, pardon me. Someone's, rejection is God's protection. Sometimes something's not meant for you. And you got to take it as a lesson. And you got to recognize that sometimes things are not a vibrational match. And it's okay. We can't force something to fit. You just can't. It's like trying to put a triangle into a circle or a square, into a triangle. You can't do this, right? Oh, Jackie, I would love that. Anyone who wants to book a reading with me, you go directly to my website and you can pay right there as soon as I get the notification within a few days or so. I'll get back to you with an email letting you know my soonest availability. I'm booking the first week or two in April right now. It's redirection, Cindy. Exactly. It's redirection. I was reminded of that conversation when he looked over his shoulder at me and he said, "Trust the process, Kelly." Something he said a few minutes before that was, "Kelly, nothing good can come of the situation right now." And I didn't want to listen. I said, let me decide what's right for me. Let me decide if this is right or you're worthy. If you're not feeling worthy, let me decide. And I want to remind everybody that you don't always have to know. You don't always have to be in control. You have to trust the process. When you let go, you watch, everything aligns like that. When you start trying to control everything, it eludes us. And we've talked about this many times in my lives and in my Who Shuffles Your Cards. People need to feel like they have a bit of freedom. Somebody needs to know that that door is open. And I just said this to someone yesterday. I don't want you to walk out that door, but I'm not going to stop you either. Because somebody who wants to be with you is going to be with you. Nothing that's meant for you is ever going to pass you by. So as long as you're holding on to that sleeve or to the back of that jacket or the back of that shirt, you are doing yourself a disservice. If somebody is telling you that they can't give you or that nothing good can come of this situation right now or that they don't know, You can roll with it. And then listen, I'm in the same boat. I'm human too. There are times when I can't understand how someone else can't see it, even though I can clearly see it. But I can't force them to have the same vision. And that doesn't mean that they can't change. They can change, but they have to want to. And you have to allow them that freedom to go and figure it out. And if they come back to you, then it's meant for you. And if they don't, you're going to attract bigger and better things. Right? Yeah, Nicole, if they say they don't want a relationship, you have to listen. You have to listen. And there's something that I've been talking about lately that was very profound for me. It was kind of like an epiphany. And I want you guys to think about this for a second. You know how we always talk about mirroring? Hi, Zareen. We talk about mirroring. If somebody doesn't feel worthy of you, the sad reality is when they don't feel worthy of you and they run, we start to feel bad about ourselves that we're not worthy because we say, how can you not want me? I do this, 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 this. We have this, 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 and this. And then doesn't it become a cycle of both people feeling unworthy? The moment someone stands up and says, you know what? My life's contingent on me, and I'm going to receive, and I'm going to allow good things to come in, you change the process right away. Jess, does that make sense? So I want you to think about that mirroring. If your person is running for the hills, in theory, that's mirroring you. Because if you're emotionally unavailable, you're going to attract emotionally unavailable. If your person is emotionally unavailable, it in turn morphs you into somebody who's emotionally unavailable because you don't know how to express yourself because they don't know how to express themselves. Yeah, and then those moments of, oh, that's why that happened or didn't happen or why it happened now. So exactly, Veronica, like attracts like. So all of these deep soul connections often have mirroring because why? We are vibrational matches to what's occurring in our life right now. If you are low vibrational, hi among the flowers, hi Jersey, if you are low vibrational, like you're negative, and you are always a pessimist, well, that is negativity, but and you're always like, oh, all these bad things keep on happening to me. Why me? Why me? Woe is me. Victim mentality. If you're always in that mode, you're going to attract that. Always. And yes, we do learn to express from each other brought by past behaviors. Yeah. Yeah. And so, Kay Roberts, I understand your person keeps saying that we have to wait until we have the correct money. Well, is there ever a right time for anything? We don't always get to dictate timing. So you had a reading that your person at the time was mirroring. Yeah, it's interesting. Totally interesting. We can't live in the lack mode, Marita, 100%. So, Melanie, when you say cheating is the end, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but let me refer back to something I've been talking about over the last few episodes. And that is that I've been saying how, remember, masculine energy is planting the seed. Feminine energy is nurturing that seed. And it's funny, when we're too much in the masculine energy, that's us busting out our bucket of Miracle Grow, trying to get that seed to grow quicker. And we have to stop being in that mode and trying to force things. We have to take a step back and allow ourselves to receive. We have to unlock the Venus in ourselves, right? So the idea here of trusting the process is really, in my mind, another way of just saying you need to nurture. You need to nurture. You need to trust that those seeds are going to grow, that you will harvest, and that everything will work out exactly the way that it's supposed to. That's, to me, what trusting the process is. I wish I had learned that way sooner than I did. But again, so Andrew, when you say your seed must be very, very deep, okay? And exactly, Dennis, you planted the seed and overwatered the seeds and they died. Exactly. We overwater the seeds. We over-nourish. We try to force it. And then what do? We stand there and we do this. I see it all the time. When, Kelly? When is he coming? When is she coming? I've noticed on my videos lately, I've had some comments, and I'm not criticizing any of the comments, but I've seen some comments that say, man, I see these readings everywhere and nothing ever happens for me. They never happen for me. They never happen for me. Can anybody tell me why those things are not happening then? And if you've had those thoughts, there's nothing wrong with having those thoughts, but I want to point out to you what that means. I don't know if any of you can put that in the comments for me. Why do you think these things are not happening? Because they're negative, they're manifesting negative, because there's expectations, lack, you're putting it out into the universe, you're blocking it because you're sitting there in waiting mentality. And it's hard to let go of someone you feel a connection with. I totally get it. Attachment, because we push too hard. So if you're sitting there saying, man, I don't have any luck. This sucks. These readings aren't for me. Here is what is difficult about the tarot and spiritual industry. And that is this. Energy is energy. Those readings can absolutely, by Lena, can absolutely happen. They do happen. I get many messages of people that tell me this happened. We've reconciled. We're working on things. But here's the thing. You have to know that if you have an expectation or an attachment to something, or you're booking the honeymoon suite, okay? You're putting the cart before the horse. This is where we get in our own way. And I think we're all guilty of that, myself included. I know to trust the process. I know to let go. But I'm human too, just like everybody else, where I say, you know what? Sometimes I got to keep myself in check and remind myself. So it's okay if you feel it. Feel it. Don't worry about that. Feel it. But then get back to your balance and to your center and say, okay, I got to let it go. I got to let it go. Let go, let God. So there's nothing wrong with listening to tarot readings or reading of energy. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't force it to fit. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. There's nothing wrong if it doesn't. It means I'll catch the next one. And I'll put it even further. It's the same thing with people. If you are not vibing on the same level as another person, or that you are not a vibrational match, you can say this: I'll catch you in another life. I'll catch you in another life. So it may not, hi Jasmine, it may not have worked out with your person, but you can say, I'll catch you in another life, and not have any expectation. And I understand that it hurts. I know it hurts to give up. But that's rooted in our own sense of failure and regret, not really about the other person. You manifested winning the lottery with the same number I play, and the day I gave up, it hit. Chris, there you go. Congratulations. Right? It's powerful yet hopeful. It is. Why do I think cheating is happening? A lot of cheating? That's a really good question, Melanie. I'll tell you what my personal views are of cheating, because I've been in the situation where, someone was very unfaithful to me and hurt me very deeply. I don't believe necessarily that someone wakes up one morning and says, I'm going to cheat today. I think that there are reasons personally why it happens. So it's interesting, Melanie, that you bring that up, because I was going to get to you. You really helped me segue into my next section of this class. And that is that the Hierophant is also about commitment. Now, it can mean marriage, but it doesn't have to mean marriage. About a commitment, right? Two people who are in a committed relationship of some sort. So in my opinion, this is just me. You guys can agree, disagree, give me your insight. But I am of the mindset that I don't think people wake up one morning and say, I'm going to cheat today. Okay? Now, non-committal, that's a different story, and we'll touch on that in a second. But I do believe that in regards to why people cheat or when cheating occurs, I want to remind you of something, because as someone who was married, and I'm not a marriage expert, but I'm going to say this, and that is that people tend to get married and think that just because you're married, it means you're going to be together till death do us part. Because that is the traditional sense of marriage. Well, I got married, I signed myself up for the rest of my life. He's got to stay with me. She's got to stay with me. Well, let me tell you something. Forever is a long time. Life goes by quickly, but forever is a long time. And when I was in a situation where I had to make a decision about my marriage, the thing that came to my mind was, forever is a long time. And do I want to sign myself up? Thank you, Kizzy. Do I want to sign myself up? Because at that point, there was an option. What if we have a baby? What if we have a child? And in my mind, I went, oh boy, that's not going to solve anything. Ooh, there was a sneeze that just confirmed it in the other room by my kitty. I knew that if I did that, I was going to sign myself up for the rest of my life. And I wasn't prepared for that. As attractive as the idea could have been, I knew that for me, that was not going to make anything better. It was not going to change the fact that he cheated. It was not going to change the fact that I've had a tower moment. It was not going to change the fact that everything had to shift and change. And so therefore, I have this feeling that people, when they're married or in a very deep commitment, they automatically assume that that person's going to be there forever. And I want to remind you that you grow and you change and you ascend. So the Hierophant is about ascension. So Melanie, people look to cheating for validation. They want to feel good again. They meet someone that makes them feel good and wanted and attractive and sexy, whatever that is. Whatever someone is not getting within the relationship, they tend to look outside. Relationships and commitments are work. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think it should be easy. Nothing should be difficult. I bring my best, you bring your best. To me, that's what a relationship is about. It's equal giving and receiving. So in other words, people have to really look at themselves in the scenario. Now, I don't know if I talked about this the last episode, but I had a situation with a friend years ago who would tell me that, her boyfriend cheated on her. And she got really upset with me when I gave the response, so what was your role in the relationship? Now, that doesn't mean that I was insinuating that she's responsible for the cheating, because nobody deserves cheating. What I was asking her was, what is going on in the relationship right now? Where are you taking responsibility for your end? Because she made a comment that said something along the lines of, well, my boyfriend cheated on me and I'm normal. And we have to remember that the word normal, right, is subjective. Everybody has whatever their normal is. I can look at myself in my own marriage and say, I know where I went wrong. Now, I didn't deserve what I got, but I can certainly take responsibility for how I contributed to the downfall of my marriage. It's not as if I woke up one day and my whole world came tumbling down because of him. He didn't burn it all down. I say that in theory, okay, he burned it down, but I mean, obviously I had a role in that burning. I should have made boundaries with my family. I should have made boundaries with him. I should have shown more attention and care. I should have taken the time to have certain conversations that maybe I didn't want to have at the time. And these are all learning experiences. So in other words, accountability is really the word here. Do we take accountability? And again, I'm going to remind everybody what we say. You want someone else to come correct. This is what we've talked about from day one on my year anniversary on TikTok. What have we said? Coming correct. Thank you, Kara. coming correct. We want someone to come correct. Well, I'm asking you, I'm calling you out. Do you come correct? What you bring to the table, are you coming correct? Are you communicating honestly? Yes, perfectly imperfect. You have to communicate honestly. You do. If you are in a relationship with someone, now I'm going to give you a line that one of my best friends has always said to me. And we laugh about this all the time. It's not funny, but it's something we laugh about all the time. Whenever I'm nervous about saying something to someone, and I mean someone I'm in a relationship with, and I mean a committed relationship or somebody who I'm very serious about, she'll say, have they seen you naked? Yeah. Okay, then you can have that conversation. And I never really thought about it that way until she said it to me. How many of us are afraid to actually have a communication with someone or a conversation with someone? And yet you're in a committed relationship with them. They've seen you naked. You've seen them naked. They've seen you at your worst. You've seen them at their worst. You're telling me that you can't tell them something? They can't tell you something? Hi, B for green light. Right? So if somebody's seen you naked, I want you to remind this Kellyism that I've adopted from a friend of mine. She's put it on loan to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lucy. I want you to remind yourself of that. If that person has seen you naked, you have the right to ask. You have the right to have that conversation. Now, for the question that was earlier about the non-committal, same kind of thing though. If you're in a non-committal scenario and you're allowing your body, you're giving your body, I want to remind everybody, when you give your body to someone, that is an energy exchange. You are allowing that energy to penetrate your energy field. That stays with you. That alters your DNA. I mean, you might want to Google it if you haven't Googled this before. It's quite fascinating. That every person you have a physical interaction with, you allow them into your energy, into that DNA that you have. So in other words, if you are allowing, hi Jean Marie, yeah, you freak out at that thought? I know. If you really think about it from that perspective, you know, that might change someone's mindset on how they share their body. So in other words, if someone is in a non-committal relationship or a non-committed relationship, how does it long take? I don't know if it really does, Beyond Yoga. This is the thing. There's a lot of work that's required, you know? And if you haven't, Google it. It's pretty interesting. You know, you just had this conversation with your friend like an hour ago. So Monster Mama, it's a synchronicity. It's meant to be. Sorry, Melanie, what does that mean? So lies begin. But, you know, these are all things, when we talk about commitment, you have to ask, A, are you committed to yourself and your self-respect and who you are and what you want? Are you committed to your person? Is it that person that means so much to you, or is it about being in a relationship? This is something that I think is also really important to talk about when we talk commitments. What is it that you want from this person? Oh, walls go up when you know you can't be honest to save from arguing. Yeah, I understand, Melanie. Because I know a lot of people who want to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. And I think a lot of the population is that way. We see people, you know, getting married in committed relationships on a different timeline. I want to remind everybody, there is no set timeline for when you do something. You don't all get married at a certain age. You don't all have kids at a certain age. You don't all buy a house at a certain age. Yeah, Mercy? There's no specific timeline for when you find you. You know, there are people, you know, famous celebrities, writers who become famous at 40, famous at 50, famous at 20, famous at 60. There's really no set timeline. It took me till age 40. Was I 40? I guess so, yeah, 40 to come on TikTok. When you think about it. Yeah, like Sia, exactly. I was 40 years old coming on TikTok. I'm 41 now. Is there something wrong with me because I got on TikTok at 40? I don't think so. Did it matter that I got married at 27 instead of 24? Does it matter that I don't have children right now? I could still have children. You never know. Right? So, exactly, Lottie. My time is now. Your time is now. What you make of your time, how you react to something is totally up to you. But when it comes to commitment, I just want to remind you that there's no set time. And you have to ask yourself, what is it about this commitment that you want? Do you just want to be able to say, I'm in a relationship, I'm in a commitment? Or is it that you truly love that person or want that person? Thank you, Ronnie. I'm well, thank you. How are you? I want to remind yourself, I want you to just, a small exercise here. And this is not a criticism to anybody. The person that's on your mind, the person that you want to be so committed to, are they a good person? Do they treat you well? Are they kind? Do they lie? Do they cheat? Are they reliable? Are they consistent? Sorry, Jean Marie, how does a woman attempt that? Please tell me, attempt what specifically? So one of your Facebook friends' boyfriend wanted to get married, and then he broke up with her, and the next day, I'm assuming the next day, he did something else. The judgment from others because your timeline is different sometimes gets to me. Christine, I totally understand that. We worry about what other people are saying. We see other people in commitments, and we think they're living the life because of what they post. I see, to convey what she wants and expects. Yeah. So the person that we sometimes are romanticizing or fantasizing about is not really who they are. I want to remind you of the line, we marry potential and divorce reality. Remember, we marry potential, we divorce reality. We romanticize the person. And when I think about it, and I'm going to be like really brutally honest about this for a second, that person who was walking out my front door, who turned around and said, trust the process, Kelly. Do you know that when I look back now, and this is no offense to him, when I look back at him now, would I have wanted him in that moment? Like truly? I thought I did. But would I really want that person, by Jill? Would I really have wanted that person? Would that person really have brought something to the table? And I'm not talking financially here. I'm talking about as a man, as a person in a relationship, in a committed relationship with me, would he really have brought what I needed? So was he able to feel worthy? Was he able to be confident? Was he able to provide? Was he able to emotionally be there for me? Was he stable? No. He had boundaries to make. He had things he had to do. He had to work on himself, and I didn't want to let him do it. Not because I didn't want to really not let him do it. I didn't want to let him do it subconsciously because I kept thinking he's so perfect. I romanticized him. My God, in my mind, there couldn't have been any more perfection there. Because in my mind, everything about him was so perfect. There's no such thing. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. You guys aren't perfect. Your person's not perfect. We are human beings. We have our flaws. So in other words, you have to ask yourself the question, do you just want to be in a commitment with that person because of the commitment of what society tells us we need to do? Thank you, Susie. Or is it because we truly want to be in that bond, in that union or that commitment with that person? Do you want a cheater, Melanie? I have to tell you, I don't want a cheater. I want someone who's there for me. I want somebody who's kind to me, someone who's funny, someone who's going to be there, someone who's going to see me at my worst and still love me. But everybody wants instant gratification, and everybody wants to please others. Everybody wants to overgive. So I really want you guys to think about this aspect of commitment and say, what are you committed to? That's my homework for you. Hi, James. What are you committed to? What's your ascension? Mel, I love that you said that, my friend. You're committed to you, right? How many of you really are truly committed to yourself? So how do you know who is in need of more nurturing and who are narcissists? So Leanne, this is what I say. Let's generalize for a second. Equal giving and receiving. I love it, Kara. I love it. Thank you so much, Rita. I really appreciate your kind words. You are amazing. But like, what are you committed to? Nobody ever said life was easy. It's not rainbows and butterflies every day of the week. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. And I always say to you, be a Roomba. Be a Roomba. You hit that wall, you turn around and you redirect yourself. You don't like the cards you've been dealt? What do I always say? Who shuffles your cards, right? Why do you think this is called Who Shuffles Your Cards? Who shuffles your cards? I'd like to know. Is it you? Or do you allow your cards to be shuffled by somebody else? Now, obviously, I'm talking about the metaphor of life here. I'm happy to shuffle. Hey, Shells. I'm happy to shuffle your cards. I'm happy to give you feedback. I'm happy to be hard-ass Kelly when I need to be. Thank you, Shells. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be hard-ass Kelly. At the same time, though, you are the main character in your life. You have the control. Your life is not contingent on somebody else. Your life is contingent on you. So guess what? I had some inspiration. I haven't told you about it yet. This is down the road. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the kind words. So you know how I have my Trust the Process bracelet? Thank you, Jasmine. I have the Trust the Process, TTP, right? TTP? This is my howlite and amethyst bracelet. I'm still taking pre-orders. I'm getting them all ready. I just got the shipping addresses. I'm gonna start getting the bracelets ready to be made. They're not made by some outside source. They're made directly through me and through a trusted partner that I have who sources these crystals. So if anybody wants a Trust the Process bracelet, this is right now my current baby, my very first bracelet. And, you know, I really hope that you guys will join me. Let me know as soon as possible. I'm working on them. They're not going to come out yet, but I'm getting them out there as soon as I can. I love howlite and I love the amethyst. This is for stress, for anxiety, for psychic abilities and insights, and it's calming. Howlite is for sleep. It's for peace. Okay? So if you want one, please send me an email with your address, your name and your address, and if you would like a size small, medium, or a medium large. So what other bracelets do I wear, Wants to Mama? You're funny you asked me that question. So yesterday I was very inspired and I already had the thought of what it would be my second bracelet. And I'm curious for your feedback. Remember how I said to you today, my life is not contingent on you searching your soul. It's about me searching mine. So guess what? This is the TTP bracelet. I think my next bracelet is going to be the SMS bracelet, the Search My Soul bracelet. It's inspired by the story of when I was told by a particular person. Now, funny, this one was inspired by someone who told me to trust the process. Well, this next bracelet is inspired by someone who told me that they were going to search their soul and they were going to let me know. Do you guys know the story? Wednesday, I'm told, Kelly, what is it that you would like? What is it that you would like? What kind of relationship do you see for us? And I said, oh, well, I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to date you exclusively so that we can just see where this goes. And he said to me, well, you know, Kelly, I'm going to search my soul and I'm going to call you on the weekend. You remember that story, Anne? I'm going to call you on the weekend and we can talk about it. And I remember thinking, wow, that's so mature. I'm so mature. And I was like, nice. Okay. I'm looking forward to this conversation. No, Mel. No. That was the Scorpio that was testing me when he was in my driveway. That's another story. Maybe we'll have to do a bracelet for that one. He did call. Yes, Maureen. He's an amazing man, actually. I have to say, it's been an interesting ride with him. But I remember he called me and we had a talk And he said, and I was mad. The day that he called, I had worked myself up because at first I respected, let me search my soul. And then as the Sunday came along, oh, you thought I might punch him? No, no. Everybody has their things to work out. He's a wonderful person. At the time it was just not a vibrational match. And so anyways, he called me on that Sunday and we had a good chat about it. And why are you getting jealous? I don't know, Andrew. I have a very soft spot for him, Darren. Yeah, I do. So, he called me on that Sunday and we talked about it. And I told him flat out, I said, so guess what? You told me that you had to search your soul. Well, my life's not contingent on you searching your soul. It's contingent on me searching mine. And I told him, yeah, Onion Guy, car dealership, they all need bracelets. Perfect. And so I said to him, here's the thing. If you're okay with another man sitting on my sofa the day before or the day after that I see you, we're not for each other. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. And so I said to him, you know what? You go search your soul. You go do whatever you got to go do. Because I'm going to go do whatever I got to go do. And that's where we left it at that point. And so that story or that moment was really important to me. It taught me one of the best lessons that I could have ever learned. So many of you are asking me, okay, what would be the colors of this bracelet? So I'm going to tell you, and this is specific. This is inspired by the story. It would be lapis lazuli. So it would be blue lapis lazuli. And the 3 stones, that would be the SMS or the 111, as I described in my Kelly Lorraine 111. It would be garnet. So it would be that lovely burgundy color, that dark burgundy. So it would be a lapis lazuli, like a blue, with 3 burgundy stones. How long ago was that? That was in 2021. Yeah, it does sound lovely together. So lapis lazuli and garnet. So it's just something that sort of came up yesterday. But it's something that I think would be really important to do, would be the SMS. So I'm going to look into, as soon as I finish with my TTP, I will look at doing the SMS bracelet. So if any of you are interested in an SMS bracelet, you can always send me an email and let me know. I can always take a pre-order. Horoscope sign bracelets. It's a nice idea, Steffi. The garnet is your birthstone. You're excited for that one, Mish? Yeah. I love the Trust the Process. That's my baby. That's the one I'm starting with. I will take orders. If you guys want to pre-order and you want to let me know ahead of time, I'm not there yet. Keep in mind that these are all, early stages, but if I get it pre-orders and you tell me that's what you want an SMS bracelet, I will gladly look into making an SMS bracelet, because I have to say the SMS bracelet is very significant and meaningful. And even though it wasn't an easy conversation to have with this person, I'm forever grateful for having it. And he is a wonderful soul. And I appreciate what I learned, because it put me on a path that I think actually really changed me. So there you go. So we're going to TTP and we're going to SMS. And what's SMS, by the way? Isn't that sending a text? An SMS message? It means having a conversation. If you would like a TTP bracelet, you can send me an email and put in the subject line TTP. Tell me if you'd like a size small, medium, or a medium, large, and send me your address. Hi, Dixie Chick. If you're interested in an SMS bracelet, let me know. You can send me an email. I can get going on that as well. And I'm looking to get lapis lazuli. I'm hoping that those combinations work together. I haven't looked into it yet, but it feels right to me. I don't know if there has to be a rule with that kind of thing, but I would like to do lapis lazuli and garnet. So feel free to email me, what size you would like, and your address, so I can figure out what the best shipping is. You know that you won't settle because your worth is valuable to someone else. 100%. The bracelet is $50. Oh, that's awesome, Lisa. No, Rita, it would be lapis lazuli, which is blue, with the garnet, which is like the dark burgundy. This is what I'm wearing right here. This is a garnet. They're $50. And they are sourced. They are genuine. Good to see you too, Mike. How are you? So yeah, anybody interested in TTP or SMS? There they are for you. Well, when you wear your, so your left hand is your receiving hand because it goes to your heart. Your right hand is your masculine side. Your left side is your feminine side. SMS stands for search my soul. Search my soul, because what did this person say to me? He said, Kelly, I need to search my soul. And I said, oh yeah? Well, my life is not contingent on you searching your soul. It's contingent on me searching my soul. Search my soul. I love it. Well, I definitely know, Chris, that your right side is your masculine side and your feminine side is your left side. Yeah, Mercy. It just kind of came up yesterday, actually. Oh, I don't know, Andrew. That's a really good question. That's a research question. I don't know. You're left-handed? You think you get hurt easier? I don't know. The left goes to the heart. Yeah. Well, Carrie, this wasn't a Scorpio. This was a Capricorn. The Scorpio story is the one who tested me by telling me that he was going to be late, but yet he was actually calling me from my street and pulled into my driveway and was talking to me. He was testing me to see if I was going to get mad that he was late. The search my soul person is a Capricorn. Yeah, you hear Kitty? Kitty's snoring right next to me. Yeah. Yeah. Capricorns, Terry Lynn, you think Capricorns can't make decisions? They definitely take a long time to make decisions. They certainly do. And I think that, and so let's go full circle for a second. That's where I made the mistake with this Capricorn. You know, I made the mistake with him in that, you know, I was pushing too much. I had an expectation, I guess. I felt something so strongly, and you know, maybe I had an expectation. And so he taught me a very valuable lesson about that. We need a bracelet for the holding the bag story. That was Scorpio. That was Scorpio. Hi, Kimberly. We're going to have the HTB bracelet, the holding the bag. Well, Jess, here's the thing. There's more obviously to the story. And the story was that we had been seeing each other for, I don't know, at that point, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. And, you know, after 5.5 or 6 weeks, you start to get that sort of feeling of like, what are we doing? And this is where it kind of got in. This is why I always say, I know us guys don't like pressure from girls. Johnny, you're 100%. You're 100%. It's not that it was pressure. In theory, it was. It wasn't meant to be. And, you know, we got to that point where it almost felt like you needed to have that conversation. And what do I say now every day when we talk about this on live? How many of you have ever had that conversation and it went the way you thought it was going to go? Whenever we have to have that talk, how has it gone for you? Right? Never, never. So I learned a very valuable lesson about having that conversation with him. And I really respect him. And it was an experience that I will never forget. It is a lifelong, forever memory of mine. And it's okay. I was meant to learn it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, Veronica, the question was like, have you ever had that scenario and it went the way you wanted? What are we talk? Because the what are we talk never goes really the way we want it to. I know. I mean, listen, it's not impossible, but anytime any of us have wanted to have that conversation, I can't say that it really ever goes the way we want it to. Yeah, Vogan, I understand that's not easy. You guys are obviously in need of a conversation. Yeah, because if you're having it, it's already the answer. There shouldn't even have to be a conversation. It should just be known. Oh, Steffi, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm thinking around possibly 4 or 5. Yeah, you're right, Jess. If you're having to have that conversation, you already know the answer. And I should have known that. But now I know. Now I know. You can't try to force something. You've been there, I've been there, we've all been there. And this is me telling the story and what I've learned from it. I was a dummy. You know, I say this, you know, I think we've all been dummies. All been dummies. We've all been there. So, what should we do at this point? Should we do a very quick collective reading? Are you guys up for it? You live and you learn, monster. You got it. Yeah, you want a quick? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know, I'm feeling the Tarot de la Nuit. Let's do it, okay? We'll do a quick one. Oh, go on then. Thank you, Andrew. I will. I thank you. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I am feeling better. Yes, Veronica, thank you. First card for me, Lottie. Okay, I'll tell you what. I will pull one card for myself right now. I will say, from each deck, I will say, what does Kelly need to know today? Let's mark my 1-year anniversary with the first card of my new year on TikTok. What do I need to know? I'll take it. The 9 of Cups. Personal wish fulfillment. Okay? So in other words, ask and you shall receive. So right now I'm living in personal wish fulfillment, and I am, because this has been the most gratifying year on TikTok. So thank you for that. So let's see, what does Kelly need to know from the Intuit Oracle? Couldn't be more true. Enjoy the present moment. And that's what I'm doing right now with all of you. I'm enjoying the present moment. So I need to just be. And what love card do I need to know? What does Kelly need to know? Let go. What did we just talk about? Could these be any more true? Right? Yeah, Steffi, I didn't know that happy birthday, Steffi, by the way. This is my 1-year anniversary. I know it's a G, isn't it, Sharon? It's a G's kind of moment. So we're marking my anniversary. I will try to upload this live to YouTube, because I think that this has been an awesome video. And so let's solidify the 1 year. Let me say this. Do you think there could be any more of a synchronicity? I won't even say coincidence, that the video that I want to post is the Hierophant, trusting the process, as my first video on my YouTube. Can you imagine? We talked about TTP. We talked about SMS. And I think that this should be the video that I go and put on my YouTube. If you don't follow me on YouTube, please do. I know there's no videos. Thank you, Amanda. I know that there's no videos up there yet. I'm working on content. But follow me at Kelly Lorraine Tarot and Guidance. SMS, Oki. Search my soul. Search my soul. All right, it's in my bio. So if I can get this to upload to YouTube, I will upload this particular live. There's a reason why I've not been able to get those lives up there. Thank you so much, Fantabulous. There's a reason. And now it's telling me that this is the video that needs to go because it's the Hierophant. It's card number 5. 5 means big changes ahead. It's trust the process. There it is. I got the answer that I needed, right? Veronica, the S&M bracelet. Oh, is that what it's called? I believe it's the SMS bracelet, but S&M bracelet, I mean, it could be, Veronica, I mean, it could be applicable. See, you can tell Kelly's not in class anymore. Kelly's got the teacher hat off because now we're going to talk S&M bracelet. Hola, how are you? Okay. Thank you so much for the anniversary wishes. You guys are amazing. I wish these comments would stay on the live, on the video for when they go on YouTube, because people would need to see the context of what I'm responding to. Are those called? The bracelets are actually called handcuffs, Cindy. Yes, the S&M bracelet. Yes, they're not called bracelets. They're called handcuffs. Yes, yes. This outfit needs to stand up and twirl. Oh my God, you're so cute. I have black pants. Okay, for everybody who wants to know and is asking, I have black pants on, and this is like a tank top that has like stripes. There you go. I'm dressed appropriately. Yes, I am. Let the minds wander, okay? Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Yes, I'm a Virgo. Yes, okay. All right, let's do it. So let's see, what is our current energy right now? Temperance, patience. Huh. Sorry, Kelly's already starting. That's true. In England, you say trousers. This is true. Thank you, Melody. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being so supportive of me. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate the kind compliments. So here's the Temperance card. So Temperance is all about patience, forgiveness, reconciliation. Okay, so the current energy right now, something is brewing. There's alchemy here. So let's see, what's the Oracle deck? That is the Tarot de la Nuit, okay? This is a Monday top, Kara. Yes, it is. Couldn't be better, TTP, right? There's a reason. There's a reason we're talking the Hierophant, trusting the process, SMS, search my soul. Oh, the whip. Okay, so listen, somebody got to crack the whip a little bit here. Jeez, all of a sudden we said S&M, SMS, and everyone's like, okay, Kelly, we're gonna crack the whip. So here we go. Somebody better crack that whip. This could be arguments, could be tense, but it could be repetitive. But I always see this card as like get going. Somebody got to get going. That's how I take that card. Yeah, another 11. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see. Came out again. The universe just said, I said what I said, what I said. Let go. Let go of everything. Right? Let me see for a second here. Okay, let's do potentials or challenges. Potentials or challenges. Work. You got to do the work. Work, 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 work. Right? You got to do the work. You do the work, you're going to have the abundance. Don't do the work, there's your challenge, right? So let's see. You know when Kelly starts getting into the songs, right? Let's see. What else do we need to know? Get this, everybody. Came out again. Enjoy the present moment. Be in the moment. Do the work. It even says on there, sweet goodness. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. 50 Shades? All right. So let's see. Stop being confused. Hi, Crystal. You're feeling silly? Melanie, you know me. As soon as I get that teacher hat off, all of a sudden I get silly too. Labyrinth. The labyrinth is stop being confused. Confusion only brings more confusion, right? We don't want to. We want to enjoy the present moment. Look, you can visit the past. You can't live there, right? We have to be in the present moment. We don't know the future. Let's be spontaneous. Let's have fun. Here's the thing. I just had this conversation. Why do we have to be so serious? Why? Oh, thank you very much, Veronica. Why do we have to be so serious all the time? Why do we have to end up in these like deep conversations? We can have fun. We can let things just be. Got to be in the present moment, right? So, let's see. What do we need to focus on today? What do we need to focus on today? Ooh, you colored your hair purple today? Rachel, look at the color of the deck. There's that purple color. It's like royal. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's see. What should we focus on today? Completion of a cycle. I want to remind everybody, you have completed a cycle. You need to say congratulations, thank you, I've made it, and I'm ready to go to the next round. Right? You made it. You made it. Hi, Jazz. There you go. Time for love. The Celtic knot. The Celtic knot. This is unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, infinity. I love you for infinity. I can't sing. But there it is. Love of a lifetime. I'd like to get this tattoo as well. I just don't know where I'd get it, but I wouldn't mind one. Love of a lifetime. Aw, thanks, Nutty. Conditional love. Are you ready? You just started singing that too, Trisha? I know. Couldn't help it. Okay, let's see. Stop feeling guilty for moving forward. Stop feeling guilty. Now, isn't it funny how when I started this live, I said I felt like I wanted to have the gavel because I wanted to be like, court is in session. But of course, this isn't court. This is teaching. Right? So in other words, don't feel guilty for moving forward. It's almost like people. Hi, Amberly. I feel like, hi, Raymond. Thank you, Amanda. Hi, Christina. I think people feel guilty about moving forward because they feel like it negates the past if they move forward. Moving forward doesn't mean that you forget about what happened. You can forgive what happened. You can still move self forward. It doesn't change your story. Never feel guilt for feeling good. I agree, Stephanie. We don't ever want to feel guilt for feeling good. These past two reads have hit you hard. Rachel, you know what? I'm glad they resonate, and I hope that they push you forward in some way. You don't want to move forward yet, Mike? I understand there's fear of that. Many people have that fear. I have fear. Listen, I'm typically really good at making decisions, but I really need sometimes to bounce those ideas off someone, or I need someone to help me with those fears to process, You do, but you don't. I get it. You do want to move forward, but you don't. But Mike, that's what I always say about the comfort zone. If your comfort zone's so comfortable, why is it that we always want to leave it? If it's so great, why do we want to leave it? Sometimes we just have to do. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate your kind words. They're confirming what you're going through, Rachel. I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me know. What is our recent past? Sorry, when Kelly goes, Seven of Swords. Whenever I see this, I think of, what do you want from me? It's the Adam Lambert. What do you want from me? Like, I look at her and she's like, what do you want from me? My God. It's like saying, like whenever I have that conversation with you guys and I say, I do this, and this, and you don't love me and you don't want me. Oh, we've all been there. Thank you, Siam. I really appreciate it. We've all been there. But this is about taking off the false self mask. Whoever this is, the recent past has said, you gotta live your authentic truth. You gotta speak your truth. You gotta be who you are. And there's nothing wrong with who you are. Look, I think people are worried that if they take off their mask, that somebody's not gonna love them. If I'm really me, you're not gonna love me. If you really know me, you're not gonna love me. But I'm gonna tell you something. The person that loves you, they're never gonna pass you by. You know when people say, like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this conversation. I know we have had it here on live, but maybe not lately. You know when you hear somebody say, man, I'm just too much. I'm too much. He tells me I'm too much. She tells me I'm too much. No, you're never too much for the person that chooses you. You're going to be just right for whoever that person is that chooses you. You know, they're going to love you no matter what. And you have to be willing to take that mask off. Because if you've got somebody who's willing to be there, I know it's vulnerable. I know it's hard, but sometimes we got to do it. Sometimes we just have to take a leap of faith, right? Oh, thank you for the train. Thank you. So, yeah, if I'm too much, then go find less. 100%. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Believe me, when someone doesn't see it. There's nothing worse than when you could be sitting there in front of somebody and you know it, and they just look at you like, yeah, maybe. You're like, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Seven of Swords. Okay, there's the church. The church is about union. Could be marriage. Doesn't have to be literal marriage. Yeah, it's their loss. 100%. 100%. Oh my gosh, thank you. That is seriously gorgeous, CM. Thank you so much. This is about programming. Guess what the theme at the bottom? Tradition. Tradition. What's the topic of today's live? The Hierophant. Tradition. I think those traditions of the past are not working. Those rules of the past are not working. How don't they not get it? Yeah, I mean, that's beyond me sometimes. I know you can't make it up, Mish. I know. Sometimes, what are you going to do? Sometimes people realize it when it's too late. Amanda, I love that. What do you want from me? Question mark. The whole you. 100%. Thank you, Marita. Is that how we really want to be treated? And that is why we think we're doing too much or the right things. A good question, Veronica. We want somebody who wants us. We want someone to know that they're very fortunate and lucky. Thank you for the pearl. That's gorgeous. So kind of you. We want someone to see what we see, right? I've been through that so many times. It was beautiful. I agree. Look, there's the signs. Okay, so this is what this means here. This Seven of Swords. I almost feel like what somebody's actually saying in this scenario to the universe is like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? You know what they want? They want you to let go. The universe is telling you, let the go. Let go. Stop overthinking everything. Just stop. Thank you, Chris. And it's like saying, let go of that belief system, that old narrative of who you used to be. It's like people love to hold on to that old narrative. It makes them feel comfortable to say, yeah, but I'm this way or I'm that way. It's easy enough. It's easier to live up to an expectation of what people have of you than it is to go rogue and to actually be your authentic self. That's why so many people have a hard time taking off the mask, because everybody else has a vision of who you are. Even if it's not you. It's just easier to live up to that, right? So let's see. Yeah, we're too attached, 100%. We get in our feels. We're human. And then we kick ourselves after, right? All right, let's see. What is our strength today? Ooh, the Five of Swords. Stop self-sabotaging. Look at her with that dagger. It's funny, I talked about this card yesterday in the session, in the Zoom. If anybody wants to join us for the April new moon manifestation session with Miro and I, we take about a limited number of spots, maybe like 20 spots max, and it's $44 US. Miro and I talk about all the astrological aspects. We do a mini collective reading for everybody, and we do personal mini readings for all the participants. 3 cards from me, 3 cards from Miro, some guidance, and we build this beautiful bond with each other. It's a lovely experience. If you want to join, you can go right to my website. You can book right there. It'll secure your spot. If the spots are filled, I can refund you, or I can also put you into the next new moon manifestation. So we have a lovely group that joins us, so you're always welcome. Okay. Yeah, Miro said April 3rd. It's somewhere around there. So at the beginning of April. But what's our strength today? Unfortunately, for some people, it's self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. Thank you, Mercy. I really appreciate it. I would love to have you guys join us. We have such a lovely group of people. Don't self-sabotage yourself. You know, I've been saying this a lot lately. Don't talk yourself out of something that could be the best thing that ever happened to you. I don't know why we do this. Hi, Nick. I don't know why we do this. We get something that could be the most amazing thing that ever happened to us, and we try to talk ourselves out of it. We don't know. We don't believe somehow that it's possible, right? It's fear. Oh, Lucky Penny, I hear you. It's fear. And did I move you to April? Yes. Have you, Nick, so you've been kicking yourself today? Why? Stop kicking yourself. I mean, I do it too. But, okay, so let's not sabotage ourselves. Let's allow ourselves to receive. I always say it's one thing to ask for happiness. We have to allow it. Yes, Ronnie, I know. Past trauma. Yeah, Christy, I understand. We tend to live in contentment. Yeah, I get it. Anxiety. I know. Because I want you to have the best of the best of the best. Kirk, you have a question to ask me? Okay, what do you want to ask? Yeah, it is, Amanda. We have a really great time. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I really appreciate your kind words. All right, Nick. Have a wonderful night. Have you, Christy? Good. You're in receiving mode, I was going to call you Brandy. Melanie. I was going to try to say 2 things at once because I saw the end of your name. Of course I know your name. I'm in receiving mode too. 100%. I need to be. I need it. Your heart light is on. Ooh, look at you. I like. All right, let's see. It's scary because it's your first time living on your own. But isn't it exciting though, Christy, to live on your own? How do you stop overthinking? Oh, thank you, CM. How do you stop overthinking? Find something that you're passionate about and do it. You have to learn how to just be, but at the same time, do something you're passionate. Read something that brings you joy. Watch something that makes you laugh. You know, don't do things that are going to lower your vibration. If you hear kitty snores in the background, you know who that is. Oh my gosh, here you go. The Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. Right now, your destiny is here. Don't self-sabotage yourself. It's almost like, yeah, make your favorite meal. Eat something you enjoy. Heck yeah. I'm going to be eating a butter tart later. I'm going to enjoy it. Do I need a butter tart? No. Do I want one? Heck yeah. So, hi, Katie. Gretchen is taking a nap. Totally, Ronnie. Yeah. You're getting back into your art. I love it. Look, this is Jupiter. Growth and expansion. Hi, Maggie. Growth and expansion. Okay? You got to be optimistic. You've got to recognize that everything is all laid out in front of you and beautiful. Oh, you made brownies for your coworkers? That sounds good. Now you're craving butter tarts and everybody. Do you remember when I told everybody what I like on my pizza? And then some of you went and ordered what I order? And I know, I like pineapple on my pizza. I'm sorry to those of you that don't like pineapple on your pizza. But I'm just telling you, just as a PSA, pineapple, mushrooms, and red onion, that's my fave. Ooh, thank you for the shoes. I like those. Did this ever happen to me? Fall into a deep sleep, felt like I was dreaming. Actually felt like I died. Nah, Kirk, I can't say I've had a dream like that, but I can tell you I've definitely had very deep sleeps. Yes. Ham and pineapple. I like a Hawaiian, a ham and pineapple pizza. Pineapple, pepperoni, and black olives sounds good. I'm not a big pepperoni person now. I know everyone's gonna be like, you don't want like